welcome to the stream.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Jason. Super excited to be here. And I think Adobe Sign is very important for freelancers, for anyone in the creative world, really, when you're signing a contract, right? So I think it's very important. It also it eliminates the process of printing, scanning, mailing the document, getting in-person signatures. Sometimes it can become awkward when you're getting signatures on contracts where it involves payments. So Adobe Sign makes all of that very smooth and easy.
Awesome. And I know that Karen is going to talk about specifically something that I nerded out over, which is this audit trail, because again, it was bad enough in the mailing contract paper world, which I sometimes still deal with as a music publisher. But in the digital world, of course, we need to know when, clients have received said statement of work, or you're billing it. Like, have they seen it? Have they opened it at least? Have they signed it? Have they passed it around? And this is one of the amazing things that Sign will do, of course, is show you the complete audit/paper trail of everyone who's engaged with this document and kind of shown you the whole process so that like people have eyes on it and that, ultimately you're going to get paid for the work that you're doing or whatever it is that you're doing. I know we've got a lot of stuff to show. Everyone watching, please pay attention to this. This is great stuff. As someone myself who, again, deals with a lot of sort of contract signing, I talked about this with Karen and Minu. We're so used to kind of thinking, DocuSign, right? But as Creative Cloud users, members, subscribers, you have access to Adobe Sign, and it's easy. And as Minu's going to show you, this is something that you can do, that you can create templates for, that you can use easily, and it just makes that whole approval process, signature process, so much easier, and you're staying within the Adobe family. So without further ado, I'm going to take myself out. I might pop in Minu and Karen to forward a question to you as they're coming through in the chats. But Minu, I'm going to go ahead and share your screen. So if you want to pull up your opening document, there it is right there. And I'll let you take it over. And then maybe too, if you could just sort of, before we even get started, tell people, so how do they get access to Adobe Sign in the first place?
Yeah, so you could get access to it by purchasing a license online, a one-user license. But if you own a company or if you work for a company, you could always reach out. You could submit a form online, and one of our sales reps will reach out to you to show you a demo, talk to you about licensing, talk to you about how many transactions you're doing a month. Transactions means envelopes, how many documents you're sending out for a signature. But if you're a freelancer, you can easily just go sign up on your own on Adobe. You can Google Adobe Sign and sign up and start using it.
Okay. And this is an app, of course, they can get in the Apple App Store, Google Play,
yes,
everywhere, right, for all devices. Okay. All right. So I'm going to take myself out and take it away.
Awesome. So here I am in the Adobe Sign interface, right? So you can see here, this is my company, Filmsville, and I'll be working with Karen, who's my friend, and she's freelancing for me for videography and photography for one of my clients. So her company is called Kaufman Cinema. And I'll be sending her a contract for signature because I want to work with her. So you can see that there's a bunch of different features here that you could use. But today we'll be sending a document for signature. So what I'll be doing is I'll be going to the Send tab. So I'll just click on the Send tab. And once I click on the Send tab, it'll take me to this place where it says Get Documents Signed, right? So really straightforward, easy to use. So now I'll just type in an email. So I'll type in Karen's email, sign Adobe 3. And then you could see that, there's options complete in order or complete in any order, depending on how many people you're sending it to. In this case, I'm only sending it to Karen, and then I'll also add myself. But I want to add myself as the first signer and then Karen as the second signer. So there's different levels of authentication too. So we'll just be using email today for Karen, and then you could also add a private message. So now I'll go ahead and add my files. I'll just choose a file from my computer. You can see that there's templates that you can select as well. But today I'll just be using this Filmsville contract that was created by my company. You can see on the right-hand side, there's different options for password protect and set reminders, but we won't be doing that today. So let's go ahead and preview and add signature fields and then click next. So the reason why I'm previewing and adding signature fields is because this is just a blank, it's a contract with no signature fields added on it yet. So if I didn't have Adobe Sign, I would be printing it, signing it with a pen and then mailing it to Karen or getting that in-person signature. But with Adobe Sign, I can add those signature fields. So I'll go ahead and click next. And please feel free to ask any questions in the chat pod. I'll be happy to answer them. So
yeah, actually, Mito, there was a question just now about, okay, but if I just import a regular document without signature fields, how do I add signature fields? So perfect timing.
Yeah.
And thank you, Dave, for the question.
Asked and answered. Awesome. Great. So this is my contract. As you can see, it's my Filmsville Productions contract between Filmsville Productions and Kaufman Cinema. I'm just going to scroll down here, and then you can see that there's no signature fields added. I'll just scroll to my right-hand side, and I can drag and drop that signature field on the document itself, and then I'll go ahead and drag another signature field on the document. And
by the way, just to clarify, so again, person A is importing this document. Now it's been typed in Word, wherever, mail. So they left a line for the signature, but it's not a field that is understood by Acrobat or anything. So that's what you're doing. You're dragging in to make this understood that this is where a signature gets placed via Adobe Sign specifically.
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
Thank you, Jason. So I just dragged and dropped these signature fields. As Jason mentioned, there's no typable field or editable field, as you want to call it, on this document. So now there is, right? If I go to the right-hand side here, I can see that Minu is a pink color, myself, and then Karen is a gold color. So here you can see that both of these fields are pink, which might be, Adobe might be thinking like, okay, these fields are both for Minu. We don't want that. So we want this field to be for Karen. So what I can do is I can either click on it and then click on Karen, or I could go to edit and then I can select Karen as I can assign it to Karen, and then it'll turn gold. And then I'll click OK just to save that. So,
and this is really nice because this just allows you to visually identify like different signatures for different people. I know it's a simple thing, but I love this. I think as visual artists, we love this too, right? So you're actually assigning a person, a persona to each of those fields, which it's color coding for you automatically, which I think is great just for organizational purposes and kind of keeping things together, particularly if there's like multiple people in your, maybe you have you're a 2 to 3 person production house or a shop among multiple freelancers. It's just easy to track who needs to sign and that there's multiple individuals that this document is meant for.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sweet.
So yeah, so now you can see that that's a pink color, that's a gold color. So now I'll just show you different fields. Like you can see all these different signature fields. There's signer info fields, there's data fields, and then there's more fields as well. But under data fields, I actually want a headshot of Karen because I want to know what Karen looks like, and I just want to see her beautiful face. So I'll go ahead and drag and drop this image. And now this could be a headshot. This could be an image of a barcode. Maybe you want an image of a receipt, or maybe even an image of a dinosaur. It doesn't really matter what the image is, but what Karen will be asked to do is she'll be asked to attach an image onto this document because this field is there and because this field is assigned to Karen, right? So if you go to right click and you go to edit, you can assign it to whomever is on this document, right? So I'll assign it to Karen, I'll make that field required, and then you can see the asterisk is right on the left-hand side on the image, and then I'll just click OK, right? So now—
Hey Mina, before you move forward, quick question from Robert Winterberg. So can you also do everything that you're doing here? Can this be done on the mobile app as well? Can you add fields to documents on the mobile app, or this has to be done on the desktop in the web UI?
I believe you can do it on the mobile app. Karen, would you know if that's possible?
Yeah, we generally suggest just using the mobile app for receiving signatures. So the mobile app works really well, especially if you want to get a signature in person. Like I can actually sign it and hand it off to somebody else I'm physically standing next to and get them to sign it as well. But I mean,
Awesome.
the user experience online is going to be a lot easier to work with. Good question, though.
Cool. Okay, great. Continue. See, a
Awesome.
lot of engagement. I told you I was going to interrupt you here. People are into it. Also,
Yeah,
Burby
no, thank you,
Colors says,
Jason.
"Woohoo!" Okay, all right.
So now that I have all my fields that I need on the document, what I'll do is it's ready to send out, right? So what I'll do is, as the sender, I can either save it as a template, which will get saved into my Adobe Sign, or I could sign it and then send it, right? So why does it say sign and send? Because I have to sign it first and then Karen signs it. So I'll go ahead and click on sign, then send, and then it's just submitting the document into Adobe Sign, preparing the document, and then boom, now it's asking me to sign first. So now I can just click on the start button, which you guys are probably familiar with this start button on other electronic signature solutions, but it directs me exactly where I need to sign. So I'll go ahead and sign here. And then there's different options, right? So I can either type out my signature, I can draw it out with my keypad, I can upload an image of my wet signature, or I can send it to my mobile device. In this case, I'll just go ahead and type out my signature and apply it. And then I'll go
Nice.
ahead and click to sign. So now it says you've successfully completed your document. Now the next person is Karen who needs to sign. So I'll pass it on to Karen.
All right.
Thanks, Minu. So, oh, sorry, Jason. I think I cut you off.
Oh no, I was gonna say you're ready to go.
Sounds good. All right. So I've already got my inbox open. I'm really excited when I see that this email comes in from Minu because, we all love doing the work we do, but when you actually get contracts of somebody offering to pay you, that feels even better. So I see this email from Minu pops into my inbox. I'm going to go ahead and open it up and I'm going to see the branding from her company. Filmsville's right there. I'm going to see she's requesting my signature on the contract. This is the contract we just saw her create and it's now in my inbox. So this blue button is calling out to me. It says review and sign. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that and we're going to see where it takes me. So a little bit of a waiting game here, but we should see the Adobe user interface very soon. And here it is. So once again, I see the branding of Minu's company up in the top left. I see the document opened up here that she just created. We all know nobody reads documents that they sign. So I'm just going to go ahead and skip all the way to the bottom. And then I can see she's asking for my signature and she's also asking for an image. So as Minu stated, she wants a headshot to see what I look like. So begrudgingly, I will upload an image of myself. So I'm going to go ahead and upload a file from my computer. I'm going to go to my downloads folder and I am going to upload a picture of myself. There is a rather amusing story of where this picture came from or where it was taken, but I will save that for another day. So that is a picture of myself
Nice.
there. I am going to go ahead and sign the document now. So once again, this is going to look similar to what we saw on Minu's side, but now I'm going to sign it as well. So you'll see the same options here. I'm going to also just use the e-signature by typing my name out, and I'm going to go ahead and hit apply. So I can already see Minu's signature is on the screen. She's already done her part. Now I've done my part by uploading a picture of myself and signing it. So with that, I see a little prompt down here to click to sign. So I'm going to go ahead and click on the next big blue button I see. And then I see that I'm all set. So I'm on this landing page now. I have finished signing the Filmsville Kaufman contract. And we see that an email has been sent to all parties. So I can download a copy right now. I can also head back to my inbox and see that I once again have another email from Adobe Sign. So I'm going to go ahead and open this up. We'll see that all parties have finished signing it. So this is great. I have my documentation ready to go. It's the agreement between Minu and I. And I'm going to go ahead and open the document just to make sure everything looks as I expected. So we're going to scroll through all the text here. Skip to the bottom. This looks just like it did when I signed it. I see her signature. I see my signature. My face is still there. I don't really want to look at that for too long. So I'm going to skip off to the audit trail. So here's the contract. You'll see that every interaction has been timestamped. So we see when it was created, we see all the steps in between, and we see when it was completed. So now I have full documentation. If Minu's company is going to try to not pay me or get away with something, then I have my documents ready to go. So I am able to collect payment later, which is good. So that is really the gist of the audit trail. It's great to have your documents always ready. So if there's ever any sort of spat later over the actual things that have been agreed on, then we all have that ready to go. I have this agreement, Minu has this agreement, we're all on the same page.